Well, it's that time, folks. It's that time. And if you ain't been paying attention to our former baby girl, Amberlynn Reid, then you like the rest of us. We ain't paying no attention to what's going on. But something has happened. You know, if you haven't been watching, Amberlynn Reid is no longer employed over there by the LCU people over there. And she been fired, folks. She's no longer working. So she is unemployed a little bit. And she tried to make a huge return. She tried to go back to her channel like nothing happened. Imagine disappearing for like 4, 5, 6 months, whatever it is, left your whole audience over there, have no clue what's going on. Unless they were searching for you, they have no clue what went on. And then you come back like, oh, hi, I was over there in the LCU where I was doing my stuff and I was ignoring you and I didn't care you was over here looking for my channel. I did not want to post over here. I didn't want to put no effort. And that's exactly what she did. But the best part, folks, she come and bragging like she's like, I was over there and I was working hard. I was working 62 days a week, 400 hours a day, and I was doing 2 hours, a full 2 hours per day, twice a day, and you know, whatever nonsense she was saying. She was trying to she was trying to make it seem like she's some hard worker. She put an effort in there. She put no effort. At one point, it was like a month and a half that she just left for like 10. She come a hi, Amberlynn Reid. I'm mad, I'm live. And she just disconnect and go to the voice chat. She just hanging in the voice chat with people. Ignore the job, and they was still paying her. So the other people that was employed there, they doing all the work. They carrying the whole channel, and Amberlynn Reid's over there in the chat and whatever, doxing people that she was over there, insulting people and trashing people and calling them disgusting names in there because she thought she was probably like superior because she's former baby girl Amberlynn Reid and she have a subscriber base of 256,000 people that she ignores. That's the type of person that was in the voice chat. The stuff that was going on there was out of control, that they actually had to say, Amberlynn Reid, you gotta step out, you've been fired, move on with your life, right? So you know what she did after that? She went on and made her own Discord, or somebody made it, and she left the LCU and she was gonna be on somebody else's channel. You think that turned out well for her? Absolutely not. You know why? Because Amberlynn Reid is, how can I say, there's something wrong that she toxic and everything around her is just gonna go to shambles. And that's exactly what happened, folks. But what do I mean went to shambles? Amberlynn Reid returned to YouTube. She monetized her channel, folks. Yes, she did. She even admitted that she for like 6 months could have monetized, but she said she was too lazy, didn't want to, had no time, was so busy doing nothing but sitting on the couch and talking to people in Discord, right? That's what she said. She had no time for a channel to make money, but she returned. And you know, she came back to be a loving person, a loving content creator, a person that's going to give us content. Nope. Instead, she hit us with this. Look at this. Boom. $13 a month to be Amberlynn Reid's chatter inside of her live streams. But like I said, you know, when somebody is all that problem and there's problems brewing around them, there's always gonna be something wrong. Think about it. In the LCU, something was wrong. All her past relationships, something is wrong, and there is only one variable. And if you do mathematics, Amberlynn Reid is the variable that is always consistent. So the problem gotta be her. But I'm not a mathematician or whatever it is like that, and I don't know all that nonsense. But I can see when somebody's the problem, they always the problem. And the best part of this, Amberlynn Reid returned to YouTube, the former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, and she said, I'm gonna have this channel, I'm gonna make money off of you even though I ignored you. And you know what happens sometimes? Karma just takes a visit to your channel and they're like, oh, that's Amberlynn Reid, and they don't forget, right? And you know what happened to Amberlynn Reid? She was coming back here to make all that millions upon millions of dollars from us and take us broke and make us pay memberships. But that's not how it turned out, folks. Instead, she ended up, how can I say, demonetized, or any other way she would like to pronounce it. And that's, look at right here, boom, it says not monetized right there. But that's not where it ends, because former baby girl just posted this. Look at this. Boom. Just a quick update. I got demonetized again. So while I'll deal with this all behind the scenes, I decided to put my cameo on sale for everybody who wants one. If you ever wanted what is this nonsense? Amberlynn Reid, this is the only thing you could post in months for your audience? This nonsense that you offer in cameos? You haven't even been around. You have no respect for your audience, and this is what you bring them back. So how can I say Amberlynn Reid neglected, ignore her audience, and she only came back to make money? She didn't come back to be your friend. She didn't come back to make content. She came back to get a paycheck and ignore you just like she did. And if you know anything on YouTube, when you start, how can I say, taking for granted your audience members, right? The people that paying your bills, the people that don't even pay your bills, they just show up, they click the like button, the dislike button, they write a comment. The people that are important, which is every single person. No channel runs on just people that are important, the other people that don't pay or whatever nonsense nonsense it is, they don't count. Every single view counts on YouTube. Every comment counts, every like and dislike counts. But for former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, you are just numbers in the paycheck, and that's rude, right? So think about it. She returned, she want to charge you $13 a month to come to come see her in a live stream that she's gonna ignore everything and block every single word and be a mess and nonsense and lie to you. That's what you pay $13 a month for. But now that she's demonetized, you know, she's a nice individual over there. So, you know, since she don't have no money coming in, how can she make that money up? She tried begging the last time for a penny every single time or whatever nonsense that she did, but instead she has returned. I want you to sit back, relax, take a breather, because this is gonna be a shocking event, folks. She went from $13 a month and insulting her audience to, look at this, boom, $90. $90 for cameos from Amberlynn Reid that could barely pronounce anybody's name. She was over there for, how can I say, like years doing cameos, and she would say the person's name 4 different ways just in case. You imagine that, like, happy birthday, Diane, Deanne, Doanne, whatever nonsense it is, and then want $90. That's the type of quality content that she's gonna produce over there. But I was like, whoa, $90, that's like an internet bell. That's a cell phone bill. That's some sort of bell that I could eat, right? But for Amberlynn Reid, she's like, you know, I don't care about these people. $90. She more than a celebrity over there. Like famous people, like $49.99, $50. Former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, $90, folks. I know you're gonna spend that money. You're gonna save, you know, maybe for the holidays. You get that cameo that you're gonna watch like 200,000 times just to make up the cost of it. But it doesn't matter. Let her do what she wants. She want to work like that, do it. But that's not what happened, folks. Let me slow down a little bit. Amberlynn Reid was charging $90, but you know that wasn't working for her. So you know what happened? I guess she had to get a discount, because look right here, boom. 2 days later, 1 day later, whatever, we're down to $60. So think about it. If you bought this 2 days ago, you got ripped off for $30 more, and she lowered the price 2 days later to $60. She has no care at all for anybody finances to try to be reasonable. You could do this for like 25 bucks, 30 bucks, something reasonable, 10 bucks, 5 bucks, it doesn't matter. $90 and then dropping it 2 days later, that's insulting to the audience. But now that we done with that nonsense, how could Amberlynn Reid, how can I say, infect the community, right? Because she did. She was over there in the LCU making live stream upon live stream, not even thinking about this carefully. Amberlynn Reid, she was breaking the terms of service, the TOS, and I have heard Amberlynn Reid say way back in the day, she's read through every single line, every single paragraph, every single period, comment, semicolon, or whatever else punctuation you need. She knew it all. Does she? Absolutely not. Because if she was reading the bare necessity, the basic lines over there, it says if you are demonetized and removed from the YouTube partner program, you can no longer go to other channels and be paid and be monetized and making money over there. So I guess she was like saying to herself, well, if they not going to find out, nobody going to pay attention. I got to get my money how I got to get my money. And that's what happened. But now one of the channels over there, how can I say, in the LCU has been demonetized because Amberlynn Reid was a host over there. So now they lost the channel over there due to Amberlynn Reid. Can you imagine that everything that's around you is bad? Like you cause trouble all around. Amberlynn Reid, I'm not saying that you're the bad person. I'm trying to say whatever's hovering around you is causing this problem, and you're the person that has the problem. And think about it. Now they lost the channel over there. People can't be monetized, right? So people can't even get money over there. But the best part of this, it does not end, folks. So you know what I did? I did a little bit detectiveness. I was like, you know, I'm going to go over there to the bus channel, see what's going on. And to my surprise, folks, every single video of our former baby girl, Amberlynn Reid, has been removed. Can you imagine her history? She no longer exists. So, you know, I said I did some detectiveness. I said that's a little bit low videos over there, 223 videos or something like that. So I did a little bit more detectiveness. I wanted to say, you know, how much did they have before that they deleted this many videos? And I went to Social Blade and I found this. Look at this. Boom. 303 videos. I was like, wow, that's a lot. So, you know, I want to verify there was more, maybe more videos, and this is not accurate, right? So then I went over to Playboards and I found this one right here. boom, there was 310 videos. So you can see from 310 videos down to 223 videos is a lot of content that's been erased of Amberlynn Reid. So think about it. They must be trying to, how can I say, remove all that so that channel does not get demonetized. So you can see that they in danger of getting demonetized because of Amberlynn Reid. So think about it. She lost her channel now twice, right? She been demonetized twice on the channel. She's lost another person's channel that she was on. And Bus is, how can I say, in danger of maybe being demonetized because she was on there for so long. They even have videos that said that she was the host and you're not allowed to host. So think about it. Even if the LCU over there don't want to be, how can I say, dealing with Amberlynn Reid, I think it's the safest bet. You have her over there and you start losing your income because she plays her games. And think about it. The moment she could disappear and take her audience with her and try to start her own little community, she was gone. She was like, I'm going to make all that money. I don't want to share with anybody over there. I could make the 70% or 80% and I could give like a few bucks to the other people that's going to be in the live stream with me. And that's her whole attitude. You could see it in her mind for the whole time I was watching over in the LCU. She said it many times. She kept saying to Keem, oh, I want 1% of the company. I want 50% of the company. She kept saying this time after time. And you could see she have no clue about business. She wants 1% or 50% of the company. She's only thinking this way because she wants the positive. She wants the income. She wants the money. She wants when the numbers is going up. She's like a person that wants to bet on the stock market and only win. That's never going to happen. And that LCU community has a lot of bills going out. They did that, the venture camp over there, and there was like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that they had to spend to do it for photography and cameras and all the nonsense that was going on over there. Amberlynn Reid would not want to put her hand in her pocket if Keem said, hey, it was $20,000, right? Give me that 50% to pay the bill. She'd be like, no, Keem, no, I want my money. You could pay the bill for that. I just want the positive income. That's her attitude. Only when the business is making profit, she wants it. But the negative, nope, not me. You could pay the rest of the bill. And that's exactly how I see Amberlynn Reid. And that's going to be a big flaw in the future because right now she's failing at her own, how can I say, business. YouTube is her business. She said it. It's the only job she had, right? The only job she know how to do right now. And she's unemployed from it twice within a year. She's failing at a job that she says she had for over 10 years or 13 years, whatever it is. How are you failing after 10 or 12 or 13 years doing the same job, doing the same videos, talking the same nonsense, causing the same drama, and you still are clueless? Amberlynn Reid has no clue at this point. If I'm going to be, how can I say, honest, looking at the whole picture, she have no clue what's going on. She just said YouTube is a way to make money. I'm going to put up garbage videos up there. I'm going to insult my audience. That money is coming in there. Boom, I'm going to make that money. I could care less. But now that she has, how can I say, one video and one live stream that she left for like 4 months, and that's all she's going to do. Think about it. She could have posted shorts. She could have said, I love yous all over here on YouTube. You're the best people. And it's not going to make a lot of money. Even if she was demonetized, she should have at least activity on her channel. But think about it. She had much activity when she was over there doing them live streams. She's like, give me $20 to answer a question. Give me $20 for nonsense. Give me $10, $50, $100 to be kicked out of my own live stream. Amberlynn Reid has the motivation to take the money in, but she does not have the motivation to keep the audience watching and at least be nice to them. People are donating hundreds of dollars or $10 or even 99 cents or $0. I don't care what they was donating. They was over there participating. And she could not come to her own channel over 4 months and put out at least a weekly short to say, hey, everybody, I love you. Right? I miss yous all. I'm going to be over there doing my thing. Please follow me over there and whatever nonsense, right? She didn't even choose to do that. She's like, goodbye. See you later. I'm not getting paid here. Peace. And that's the attitude she has. And that attitude is never going to stop. My question is now, what is she going to do being demonetized? No one's going to continue to buy cameos every day. Think about it. You're going to go spend $60, $90 to get an Amberlynn Reid going, hey, whatever, how are you doing? Happy birthday. Nobody's going to watch that nonsense after a while. And she has no motivation at all. The only motivation she has is to take your money, and that's the end of it. Well, that's the end of the video, folks, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Later.